I'm not really quick to like a whole bunch of photos. Even though I like what I see, I ain't really trying to add to that, because if you go beyond the likes and then you look at the comments of that photo, you see a whole lot of simps and panders. And they be in there fucking the game up, saying, calling her Queen Mother Earth, and you so bad, and where's your man, and I'll drink your bath water, and they writing all that bullshit in there, and she's sitting back just gloating on that in her house all by herself with her cats. Ain't nobody checking for her in her own city, but because she hit them angles and added that filter and did all that special fucking tweaking in Photoshop and posted it up, she's sitting there saying yeah, and it's really damaging her, and I don't want to add to her damage and shit.
Yeah.
So I understand where Shan coming from, and I also understand where Purple Pill coming from too. I think Purple Pill is coming from the damage that social media has done. See, I don't want to even contribute to her dopamine hit. You know what I'm saying? And so when you contribute to that like, when you add another like, when you make that number go up by one more, especially on Instagram, social media, right? And that like for her is almost, especially when she's taking a attention hungry pic. I mean, I'm not talking about her looking cool and just taking a picture with her cousin, or she's out with family I'm talking about those thirsty, got them turned around and they looking over their shoulder type fucking photos and stuff. That attention hungry photo, for me to add to that dopamine hit, to me seems, I know what you guys are saying. What is it? Just all you're doing is using your finger and hitting the button and tapping your screen. But it's so much more than that to me. And I don't want to be the one to contribute to her dopamine hit. And so I'm not really quick to like a whole bunch of photos. Even though I like what I see, I ain't really trying to add to that, because if you go beyond the likes and then you look at the comments of that photo, you see a whole lot of simps and panders. And they be in there fucking the game up, saying, calling her Queen Mother Earth, and you so bad, and where's your man, and I'll drink your bath water, and they writing all that bullshit in there, and she's sitting back just gloating on that in her house all by herself with her cats. Ain't nobody checking for her in her own city, but because she hit them angles and added that filter and did all that special fucking tweaking in Photoshop and posted it up, she's sitting there saying yeah, and it's really damaging her, and I don't want to add to her damage and shit.
So how is that different from like dudes that be smashing chicks that they not gonna have to be anything other than a girl? I mean,
not much different at all.
So why would that be simple? Like dudes who have sex with women and
because they're getting something out of it.
It's not an unequal.
But what I'm saying, thank you for letting me talk. I appreciate that. I have not interrupted you. All right. So what I'm saying is that you having sex with women, right? But you don't plan on being their husband, right? So you think, well, women operate from the position of, if a dude has sex with me and he's a nice looking dude, then I must be a nice looking chick, right? So you have devalued her mentally perspective because she's not an 8 or a 9, but you smashing anyway, right? So you're just much of a simp as the dude that likes a pic, because you're giving value to a woman. She may be beautiful, but you're not going to give her a like, because you don't want to give her value. But you smash a chick that's not that good looking, right? Or that you're not going to even marry. You know what I'm saying? So you're also devaluing the woman.
Yes, you are. You are devaluing. That's why I feel the onus is on women. They're the gatekeepers. They should close their legs. But that's not a simp, though. He's getting something out of it, and he's getting exactly what he wanted out of it. He may not be giving her what she wants out of it, which is the relationship, marriage, and all that kind of stuff. He's gotten to him, a win is a win. And so if he's getting what he wants, then fine. The simp, where you ask the question on what the definition of a simp is, he doesn't get what he wants out of it. He's looking to get it, but he don't get it. Even doesn't matter what he does. Doesn't matter what fences he jumps over for her, what lengths he goes to make sure she's happy. He doesn't get what he wants. The guy that you just described, he's getting what he actually wants. And that's the difference between him, the asshole, the guy that the pookie, the dude that's devaluing her. Everything else you said is 100% accurate. It's just that the only thing is he's not necessarily a simp. That's all.
Bro.
Now,
how do y'all meet women then? Y'all don't like pictures
Y'all know you can't compliment. How on earth?
Oh no,
would you
that's
get
not
it?
me. That's purple.
I'm saying for
I'll explain to
everybody that says you
I'll
can't like a
explain to you.
picture, bro. What do? You just stand there and let
No,
them come
I'm
in.
in
outside.
person. I'll explain
I'm
to you. So
outside.
there's something
You're
called
outside.
so there's something called social circle game that shout out to Michael Sartain. He talks about a lot. Dr. David Buss talks about pre-selection a lot, and that's just where women like to be with men that have women around them because it shows that you're safe. Pre-selection just shows that you're a safe bet. So if you're just the type of guy where you're always around women all the time, if you're in a good social circle of women, you're always going to have women coming to you. Dan Bilzerian wrote about this in his book that he just released. And he talks a lot about how you don't have to go cold approach. You don't have to DM 1,000 girls. You don't have to do anything. Women come to you if you use social circle correctly and you do everything. This is what I've used my entire life. My whole method that I teach is based around social circle game and not ever chasing girls and girls walking to you, coming into your frame, which is the correct kind of relationships you should be having. You should never chase a girl. Women should be chasing men. The guys that women love the most, they chased every time. So if you're chasing women, you're making a huge mistake. It's almost every time you're chasing a girl, you're simping. Almost every time.
See, I don't disagree with any of that, but the point is that liking a picture is not chasing. That's a giant
value.
leap.
I want to exchange value.
JR like post things that I like, bro. That's not. The point of the matter is, right? So if I see a woman, right, she's on Instagram, she's in Houston, I'm in Dallas. So there's no way that I'm not going to bump into her. She's not going to see my social circle, right? Sometimes you have to put yourself in a position to be seen. Now that may be literally a simple like. I mean, a thoughtless like. I flicked my thumb, I hit like, and I kept going. I didn't think twice about it. I didn't simp. I didn't say, "Oh my God, Queen, you're great." I didn't go in her DMs or nothing. She's addicted to those likes. She saw my name. She went to my profile. She's like, "Oh man, let me follow him." Straight like that. A very simple, mindless thing. You can't convince me that's simping.
I want to say different folks, right? Like in reality, like we argued about perspective. Your perspective is your perspective. The way that you get women is the way that you get women. The way that somebody else get women is the way they get women. But one thing that remains the same is that we've forgotten, most people forgotten, that the man is the prize. See, that you think the woman is the prize, so they start doing weird stuff. Understand who you are. Like what Perp was saying is like, yo, you get around the right people, you put yourself as that star of your movie, girls coming to you like that. But that's your position of power. See, understanding your position of power, you don't have to worry about likes. You don't have to worry about any of that. You just simply exist and people come into your existence. Now, the issue is, once again, we've forgotten that we are the prize. So we watch TV, whatever you tune into, you turn into. So most people come out, they want to be the rappers, they want to be the person who is wearing the chains, they want to look like something versus being who they are, right? Because most people care about having, but in reality, it's about who you are being. So the person that you are being creates everything that's in existence. So for me, it's not about the like, it's not about any of that. It's about, hey, whatever you want, you go out there and create. So now for you, Sean, you can hit chicks up on Instagram or any of the social media. That's no issue. But don't forget that you are the star of your movie. That's just like, that goes for all of us here.
Oh, no. I don't need to do none of that, right? But I'm just saying, like, anytime I felt compelled to do so, I can do it, right? I've always had an abundance, and I've always been that nigga. Check my resume, right? So anything y'all talking about, I've had hundreds of beautiful women, right? That's nothing, right? So this don't apply to nothing that Sean needs, right? I'm just saying, just in general, that the premise that y'all saying doesn't make sense to me.
So you're essentially using IG as sort of your filter, right? Your IG, you've curated your life, your lifestyle, and women see that. Versus the example that Purple Pill is like having those social circle. That in itself, it's like IG, but in real life, because there's actually people around you who gravitate towards you, who already have that sort of that filter that he was talking about.
Because, no, not me. I have the circle too, so I can't identify with none of that. I just said I've always been that nigga, my nigga. So I've always had that. So,
not to say you don't have a social circle. I was just kind of comparing and contrasting how you both were approaching it.
Nah, and so my thing is, right, if we really push hard enough in this conversation, we could prove that the premise that you all are asserting in terms of not liking, you do some version of that in life by providing validation to a woman in real life. In which case, to me, you don't believe in that premise. You're just arguing against doing it on social media. If you sent a woman a drink, if you bought a woman a drink, then it's the same exact premise. In which case, you should just stop saying what you're saying on the internet.
Well, I guess I'm not a simp, but I definitely met my fiance on social media. But I didn't go. My situation is that I posted something and she responded, and so I responded back to her.
Oh, so you that dude then? You just that dude then?
I told you that.
No, Sean, I would say if you have a great Instagram, like some guys have amazing Instagrams, and you might be that guy. Like you might be a certain height, you might have a certain look. You're that guy, like you're saying, dude. Of course, you can just go like girl's picture. She's gonna follow you, and she's instantly gonna hit you up. I totally agree with your game. You can totally do stuff like that. I'm saying for a majority of guys, though, I have guys that are 5'6", 5'7" that can do social circle game and get fucking 9s and 10 girls. So like you can definitely use both things, but yours takes a lot of work building up. Sometimes it takes time getting the pictures and doing all the stuff correctly and stuff. It just depends if somebody has the time to do all that. But no, I definitely think it's one of those things where two things can be right.
I feel you for sure.
Yeah, I'm glad to put a name to this. That social circle game thing, that literally, I've played that game my whole freaking life, right? So it's funny. I never knew what it was called because I don't code the pro. I literally can't do it. I'm retarded, right? I've watched dudes do that better than me my whole life, and I had a friend. You know how you model yourself after somebody? I had a friend named Malachi in eighth grade. What this dude would do, because he was short, just like you said, super short. He was just the funniest dude, Kevin Hart short, right? He would go up to the girl, and next thing you know, you just looking. I'm sitting there taking notes. All these girls are laughing at him, but not like, his jokes. He like touching one, and you can see the looks. They're starting to get closer to him. Be like, oh, he's so funny, paying him compliments. And I'm like, oh, this is how you play the game. Surround yourself with women. And literally now they're competing. You can see them competing for his attention and all that. I started playing that game all through high school. I'm gonna teach my son the same thing. You never in your life chase a woman. Never. Yeah. Find a way to make her come to you. I like meeting women. That's what I call organically, right? You get into the social circle. You don't pay her too much attention. You might throw one little thing that maybe you're interested in, and then let it simmer from there. If she don't give you any choosing signals, she not the one. Move on to somebody else. Never chase a woman. So I 100% agree with that.
Well, I guess I'm too old goddamn fashioned then, man, because that ain't shit. I believe in having good conversation with her. I don't give a damn about liking a goddamn picture on Instagram. Matter of fact, I'm using Instagram as a way to investigate her ass. I won't even deal with her ass. She might be the fucking Instagram hoe for all I know, but that's what I'm using that IG for.
Hello, motherfucker.
I want to have a good conversation over a cup of coffee or something.